Perfect day. Perfect day. Perfect day.
This is the next step to my hoppy raw ale. Well, hoppy saison raw ale, I should say. The brew day went horrific. But I got sugars out of the grain, and I'm taking the rare gravity reading. And that fermented down. It's 10.06. I don't think it'll get that much slower than this. I'll probably bottle it the next day or two. So I want to take gravity readings more often. I know they're valuable. They're very important. I just hate to open this up, get oxygen into it. I hate doing it. So let's see here. No. The experiment for using old yeast has been verified for me, at least for this. This tastes like nail polish remover. Oh, that is horrendous. I try a little more. Okay, well, there you have it. I'm glad I took a gravity reading. I'm really glad I did. That'd be horrible to bottle this and have that be bad. So, let's do a little recap here. So where did it go wrong, you ask? Well, it was the yeast, I'm 90% sure. Now, solvency, nail polish removers, all that smell, the taste, comes from oxidation. But obviously something was wrong with the yeast. That's my guess, because this was not that old. This was like 3 or 4 weeks old. So I think the yeast was a little too old to be using for this. So that's a great lesson. Do not use yeast that's 6 to 8 months old, unless you're sure or you plated it or something, or have the right yeast strains, I guess you could say. But even then, be very, 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 very cautious about this. It was a horrendous weird brew day where I thought my cooler was stolen, and it wasn't. I found it later, and then everything went so wrong with my mash and all that stuff. And of course, the whole beer just within a month is just totally horrendous with its solvency flavors. Of course. I mean, it's really fitting for this beer. I'm actually kind of glad it happened because it just fits what happened on the brew day. It's beautiful, really. It's actually really, really beautiful. Everyone's dumped a beer before. Everyone knows this feeling. You know, it's not great. It's not great. But I've said this a lot on this channel. The main reason why I do 1 gallon batches, aside from I can't get through that much beer on my own or even give it out that much, is that this happens. I try really wacky stuff. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. I'm trying weird experiments. I'm throwing old yeast into stuff. I'm doing wild stuff. I'm dealing with Brettanomyces a lot. So if things go awry, it's okay. 1 gallon batch of that is not that big a deal. It's totally fine with me. If that was a 5 gallon batch, I'd be like, that might lose a little sleep on the 5 gallon batch. 10 gallon batch, I mean, forget about it. It is very possible that oxidation somehow entered in that. I highly doubt it because it was very, very young. And like I said earlier, and the airlock had a bunch of water in it. I brewed this on February 12th. That was the 10th. The activity, I think, was like a day or two later. And today is March 3rd, so it was a month. So it happens. But I'm not going to give up, guys. What I'm going to do is brew this again. I don't know if I'll make it hoppy or not. What I might do is just dial back the hops on this and just see what just the straight up raw ale could impart flavor-wise. Is there staling with it? Because the proteins don't have time to really coagulate and drop out. I've heard there can be some stability issues with this. I don't know. But I think a lower hop beer would be a great test with this. And so maybe like a light pale ale or something like that. Clean sort of fermentation as much as I can. Not get weird with fermentation. And see what happens. So stay tuned for that. I'll do that probably my next brew day or the one after, but soon. And get out there and just get really weird. Just keep getting weird, guys.
Perfect day. Perfect day. perfect day, perfect day, perfect day, perfect day.